Hey, welcome to EPN. My name is Victor Lucas, and we bring you the latest in everything cool every single day around here. It is Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Thank you to everybody that is joining us live for today's episode. We're going to get started with our brand new rundown, which is going out to Joe What Up, saying, I loved Electric Playground. Actually, two. We've got Joe What Up, who is a new sponsor. Thank you so much. And Of the Boar also had this great comment. Loved watching EP on TV when I was young. It was really the only way to get new video game news other than magazines. Your production quality is still great and you're very well composed. Thank you very much. That awesome compliment gets you a brand new rundown. Microtransactions are about to return in Star Wars Battlefront 2. EA and DICE have announced that the controversial microtransactions will be coming back on April 18th. They were taken offline right before launch after the huge backlash they received, but EA always said that this was only temporary. Now that the microtransactions are returning, EA and DICE have overhauled the progression system, making it much more linear and straightforward, which they promise will make the microtransactions less invasive and more avoidable. You know players are going to hold them to that. Also arriving on April 18th is a new in-game event called Night on Endor, where players will get to play as Ewoks for the first time. That sounds like fun. I have actually been thinking about Star Wars Battlefront 2. I want to get back into it. I want to sort of juice my love for Star Wars again, just as we're about to jump into the new Solo movie, which I hope is awesome. The last trailer looked pretty good. This microtransaction thing could be the nail in the coffin if it's not handled right, and if people find lots of other issues with Star Wars Battlefront 2 that they can also glom on the microtransactions exhaustion with, and this could turn into something not great for this game, which has been troubled all the way along. There's no other way to say it. It still sold millions of copies, but millions of copies less than EA and Disney and Lucasfilm all wanted the game to do. And DICE, you know, who worked really, really hard to make us a beautiful Star Wars experience, and Criterion, and Motive. Lots of incredible people, lots of talent involved with this massive game, but it just goes to show you all the ways that AAA development can kind of be undermined and stumble and fumble when the greed kind of takes over, you know? Anyways, hopefully the way that they're putting the new microtransactions in won't be too overt and gross. We'll find out soon. The makers of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds have some big, long-term plans for the future. Speaking with IGN at the recent BAFTA Awards, the game's lead designer, PlayerUnknown himself, Brendan Green, revealed that they're planning to build on their Smash success by turning the game into an ongoing platform with a steady stream of updates, new content, and new modes for the next 20 years. Oh my God, so I guess games are consoles now. That seems like an ambitious time frame. This sounds like he's talking about turning Battlegrounds into a games as service, which means players can expect new content to keep being added to the existing game rather than getting full-fledged sequels. Listen, World of Warcraft has been doing this since it launched. You know, the idea of 10+ year games is here. It's live. It's a reality. Whether games are going to be able to be supported that long is another story. But, you know, we know that the user base for PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is enormous. It is, you know, obviously company building size. And I think they could probably scale up a smallish team to keep new content coming into this thing forever and ever and ever, especially as there's duplication of assets and we're talking about, you know, new coats of paint, new textures. I'm oversimplifying game development here in a big way because I don't make games. But, you know, they could throw in lots of new details to keep it feeling fresh for a very long time. But, you know, I think it also comes down to modes, because Battle Royale is going to be consumed and assumed by some much bigger game teams very soon, and some really big juggernaut games. I mean, we're going to be seeing stuff on Call of Duty soon, and the new Battlefield, and we're going to be seeing Battle Royale, you know, better than Battle Royale in lots of different places. There's the new Boss Key game too. What's it called again? The yeah, Radical Heights, which I've heard has got some pretty cool stuff. It's still in early access, but it is also taking on Battle Royale. We'll see if that actually develops a nice big audience or not, but there's going to be a lot of competition for PUBG. They created a space, and lots of people coming for it. It's going to be the Battle Royale of Battle Royale games very soon. And the other big Battle Royale shooter, Fortnite, is making amends for some recent problems. Epic Games has revealed that all players will be getting free in-game items as a way to apologize for the server outage earlier this week. Players in the Battle Royale portion of the game will be getting a free back bling backpack, while players in the original Save the World mode will get a free troll/llama. Those are available starting today. The Fortnite outage happened on Wednesday night, with the game unplayable after Epic shut down the servers in order to fix an unexpected database failure. They still haven't said what caused the database failure in the first place, but they say they'll be releasing more information next week. My theory, it was Drake. Drake broke the game. He got on, somehow screwed up something, destroyed it. The guy's too popular. He crushed the servers. This is exactly what happened. That's my theory. Again, I don't make the games. I just talk about them. Yeah, that's some pretty nice work on Epic's part to turn on Epic's part, not park. Although a Fortnite theme park does seem inevitable. That's a good work on their part to sort of turn this, lemons into lemonade kind of thing for the players out there. Got a great comment somewhere in the internet sphere. Somebody said, "Imagine all of the millions of it was like the destruction of Alderaan when they killed the servers for Fortnite. There must have been so many people playing and then poof, not playing. It must have been madness for them. And it would have been a funny visual to see all that all over the world. Anyways, Deadpool 2 director David Leitch, is it Leitch? Is it Leitch? Leitch is racing over to the Fast and Furious franchise. Entertainment Weekly reports that Leitch has signed on to helm the Fast and Furious spin-off movie, focusing on Dwayne Johnson, who's in every movie, and Jason Statham, who's in every other movie. Their characters are Hobbs and Shaw in this flick. The film has been in the works for several years and already has a release date slated for July 26, 2019. Love it when release dates are made before they announce directors, which means David Leitch will have to get filming soon. It's no surprise that Universal Pictures wants more from the Fast franchise. It's become their biggest moneymaker, with the latest movie earning more than $1.2 billion. And you know what? Yesterday I received an email from Sony Pictures saying that Jumanji, the recent one with The Rock, who's in every movie, is the biggest movie in their history. They've never had a bigger movie than the new Jumanji, which is incredible because they have the James Bond franchise, they did the Spider-Man movies. But Jumanji with The Rock is the biggest thing they've ever done. So, of course, more of that is coming. This guy he's Midas. He's incredible. We're going to be showing you the Film Fury review of Rampage later on today. I suspect that's going to be a big hit, too. It's like this guy can't be in a bad movie. And when I was watching Rampage, the thought occurred to me that The Rock should be in Terminator. He should be the new Arnold Schwarzenegger now. He's bigger than Arnold, but like he would be a great Terminator, especially if it's like old guy Arnold Terminator fighting new guy The Rock. That'd be pretty cool. Anyways, yeah, he's unstoppable, and yeah, I don't know if the franchise is going to sort of evolve and get more interesting. I think that they're kind of stoking these fires with the rivalry between Vin Diesel and The Rock. I think that's sort of used to create controversy. I think there's a publicity element around this, but we are continually talking about these Fast and Furious movies, and I can't believe it, because I thought those things were done, but they are never going to die. All right, Marvel's detective series Jessica Jones has been renewed for a third season, which is great news. Netflix hasn't said when it might arrive, but there are more than there was more than a 2-year wait between the first and second seasons. This, along with upcoming seasons of other shows like Daredevil and Luke Cage, has broader implications for the future of the entire Marvel Netflix slate. Disney is in the process of creating their own streaming service, which we all know, which will be the sole streaming home for their original content. However, the current slate of Marvel shows on Netflix are co-produced by both Marvel and Netflix, which means that Disney wouldn't be able to continue them without Netflix's involvement. They could pull the plug on the shows altogether, but the fact that Jessica Jones and other shows are being renewed for new seasons indicates that Disney won't be ending them anytime soon. You know what? I think Disney likes the idea of, taking as much creative IP space as they can in people's minds and in the mind share of the public out there, the purchasing public out there. But they also love money. And the idea that Netflix can have and house the adult versions of the, almost like the Marvel Max imprint versions of their characters is a very advantageous sort of ingredient in Disney's bottom line for the future, and I don't think that this is going away anytime soon. And in fact, I think this is going to be Disney's way of partnering with other studios that want to go a little more hardcore than that Disney branded streaming thing that they're going to deliver into families' homes, because they need to kind of remain you know, safe and fun for the whole family. So this is a very interesting way for them to partner, not look like the big evil empire and have it all within their own little bubble, but share some of the wealth that they have and still make lots of wealth back. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not worried about these Netflix shows going. I don't think those are a right fit on a Disney streaming thing. I don't think they're gonna have like an adults only category in, or, you know, mature rated category in the Disney streaming thing. That's my guess. That's just pure speculation. But I'm excited. I loved Jessica Jones season 1. So I thought season 2 was really good. And I'm looking forward to more Daredevil. I'm looking forward to more Punisher. Iron Fist, you got to pull up your boots, man. You got to be better. Definitely looking forward to more Luke Cage and the Defenders. They got to fix that if they're going to bring those guys back.